Cool. I hope I am audible and visible. And hello, everyone. Very impromptu stream, but let's do it so we can get some work done. So, work when the motivation comes, right? You have to catch the motivation. So, yeah. What did I do behind the scenes? Let me just show you, that's much better. So when you click something, like now it fetches the data for that particular workflow which you clicked on, and I also implemented the delete feature. So if you now click on delete, right, and you say yes, it will delete it, otherwise it won't delete it, right? So we can try it with our new flow. That okay, testing workflow, I'll show you the code, but first let's just, so new workflow created. I also added this emoji here. So when you delete and confirm, it deletes the workflow. So workflow deleted. Nice. And this is possible because I implemented one simple API in Frappe.ts, one mutation, which is called use delete doc mutation, which basically makes an API called with delete method to slash doc type slash whatever the name of the doc type is. So if you go to details, I think I extracted the component out into a details file, and if you see this, so it takes a name of the doc type and like name of the document and just deletes it, and on success shows this workflow deleted, right? And we already have this workflow doc and delete workflow mutation. So this function, so I also wrote a confirm API that just shows this confirmation dialog. And thanks to, so if you want to read more about it, this is from Akash's blog. I implemented it mostly as is, just adding TypeScript types. So I will share it in the live chat if you want to say. So it basically gives you a nice API over, so we don't have to use the dialog component again and again, right? So it just says, where is it? Yeah, window.confirm, right? So this was the motivation, and if the user confirms, then we do some stuff. Similarly, we await it, so it returns a promise. So if it is not true, it means they cancelled it, and I have implemented it in confirm.ts. Yeah, confirm dialog.tsx if you want to take it over somewhere else. Basically renders a dialog with two buttons, depending on, like, the button color depends on what action type you give. Cool. In this case it was are you sure, title of the dialog, and the action type. So if you say warning, of course TypeScript works. And then if you go back, if you click on this one, delete, so warning is a yellow one. Cool. Danger is red. Cool. So this is what we have done till now, but now we have major tasks ahead. So let me just close Bruno for now, and then let's bring Hazelnode, and this is our task. So now we want to show the node editor which we hide. Hey Minu, welcome back. So show node details on click. So we want to like actually automate stuff, right? Now is the point of that. So let's start there. So we already have the data. So if I go back to this send telegram message, right, it has the nodes. This was the child table we added, if you recall, and it has position X and position Y. So let's render this, right, in our this editor component we have. Cool. So the editor component is this. We should rename this to editor or something, but yeah, let's refactor it soon. So I'll go to details, and here let's hide this. Let's go here. Currently I have this delete workflow button. I don't think I need it right now. Maybe I do. So let's keep it here, but I will, okay, for debugging purposes it is fine, I guess. So let's try to render our flow this side. So we can do this. So we can say dev and this two things will be rendered here. For now we will remove it, and there will be one more div where our love your ad. Thanks, man. Yeah, it is cold here and I don't want to get sick in travel. So better safe than sorry. Cool. So this will be let's say display grid, and grid calls, or is it columns? I forgot, I haven't used grid in this. Okay, we want 2 columns, or we want 3, and then this thing takes 1, and our node editor takes call span 2. So it takes 2 columns, so 2/3 and 1/3 out of 3 columns. Let's see. Now here we will render our what do you say, width should be full, height should be full. Cool. And here is the first column, and then there are 2 columns, so even aggressive we can go. So 4 out of 3, 3 out of 4. Let's try if it is working or not. Cool. Okay, so here we can add bg red 400. So there is nothing there, so it won't show up, but let's bring in our editor after some changes. So let's call it workflow editor, and it will take some props, right? It will take some props. So children will be there, that's fine. Like children won't be there for now, but it will take the width and height, I guess. So it should take width, height. We'll use that here. Hopefully I'm using this right. Or yeah, HEIG height or. So if they provide a width, we'll use that width. If they provide a height, we don't worry about this. Let's quickly write. Okay. And so we are doing some stuff, that's fine. But the actual thing we need out of this is, or should we move it out? Because wiring this component is even harder. Because we have to manage this state, that state, like a lot of stuff. So let's move it. Like let's directly write this here, React flow, right? And then we will have class name width full, height full, and then we need controls minimap background. So we can copy over a lot of stuff from here. Of course we need to import minimap background. Okay, background variant dots, and this also we need. Let's add it here. And what else? Yeah, I think on connect, and this all I will copy to here. This initial nodes and initial edges, this will figure out later, but let's import this stuff. Use edges state, right? Use callback, we have to import. It's all about importing now. Add edge, we have to import, so everything is being imported here. Initial nodes and initial edges, that we'll see. We are actually getting from the, what do you say, nodes, like the backend data. Actually the edges should come from there. Cool. Okay. So let's comment this out for now. Comment this out, we don't want edges as of now. On connect, on this I will comment out, just I want to see the nodes, right? So this initial nodes will actually be workflow doc dot data dot nodes. So we have to map it to some specific data structure. Let's map it. Let's map it here. Const nodes equal to this dot map. Hopefully we get TypeScript here. We don't. Oh, wait, node. Then we return node dot. Okay, wait. What do we need? Yeah, we need this kind of data structure. So let's return that data structure. So if you are not familiar with this, we discussed this in, I guess, first or second episode of this series. So you can check that out. It is possibly undefined. Okay. So we'll handle this better. Cannot redeclared nodes. Where am I using nodes? Oh, here. This is called nodes. So doc, let's call them workflow nodes. Better. And this should be, I don't know, ID will be node dot name, node dot position X, node dot position Y. Label can be node dot type for now. Okay. So workflow nodes will be the thing that goes here, or empty. Will that make you happy? Okay, let's go back and deal with the errors. Okay, the grid didn't work because why? Probably because, okay, this is not grid calls for, I was thinking what is wrong. Right now we have, oh, Telegram node got rendered. If you see this, why is it red? Oh, BG. Okay, let's remove the red part. Okay, there is an overlap because it takes some space. So let's revert back to 2:5. Okay, much better. Now we have the Telegram node here. For some reason it is here, doesn't move. Where is this React flow coming from? But yeah, we were able to render this Telegram node. There is just one node. So let's go back and add one more node from backend, and let's see if that gets rendered too. So 8080 was fine. We just need to go to /app Hazel workflow list. Let's add one more node. Position will be 3050. Type, let's create one more. So HTTP request, or let's call it web API call. So it's user friendly, in my opinion at least. And then if I go back, let's reload. Okay, there is just Telegram node. This is weird. On nodes change. Okay. Set nodes. Probably that is a better idea. I don't know. So initially, if it even it is empty. Okay. Okay, as you can see, there is just one node right here. It is not the rendering issue, but it's a data issue. Why? Oh, we didn't save. Weird. Okay, now it works. So Telegram is there, but the other one is not here. Should have been. Okay, now it is here. But how is it getting rendered? So two nodes are here. This React flow, I don't know why it is here. There is this scroll, I think, due to this. Just give me a minute. Okay. So as I was saying, yeah, we need to figure out this nodes thing. So 3050 1020. Wait. So label is node.type, which is also a string. Okay, let's open the documentation. React flow. This is interesting. Building a flow. Okay, this is it. But ID is required, position is required. You can't move the nodes. So it's x0, y0. Let's go back. Where are the controls? I can't see them. Oh, gap and size. Probably that's why we don't see the dots. Oh, there are gap and size. So this is the pattern. I don't know if live stream you can, now you can see, I guess. This is the thing that is being rendered by this thing. So if we change this to something else, so I think 3 are available. Cross, then it should become a cross. It didn't. I don't know. Probably we should fix whatever red stuff is here. I don't know why I can't interact with this thing. It should be like this. Okay, probably because of the CSS stuff, because it loads it here, right? So we have to load it here. Most probably that was the issue. Yeah. Ha. CSS causing issues. But yeah, look at this. So our two nodes got rendered, and this stuff also works now. But yeah, now I want to restrict this stuff. So right now it won't work because we are not handling that. But isn't it cool? Cool. So now edges, right? Source and target. So this should be the ID. So we can close this. Set nodes is declared but never used. Let it be. Anything else? Yeah, this stuff isn't being used, that's fine. But let's bring back edges. Initial edges can be empty for now. And then we can say this. Let's go back, refresh. So if you see, if we refresh, like they go back to their original position, right? That original position is defined here. So this, if I do it 130 or 140, go back, right? 140, and let's bring it down here. It's not the way it was. I find it cool. I don't know, 500. Right, 500 is too much. Let's say 100. 100, right? So this is their initial position, but we have to customize it somehow. That to add a node, you click on a plus icon or something like Zapier. That's the UX I'm looking for. Let's open Figma. See the wireframe ones. Yeah, this is the thing that I'm looking for, right? We'll fix the styling issue, don't worry. So it won't take more than the viewport height. This current styling issue is due to this thing. This is defining the height of the parent container, right? But that's fine for now. We'll easier to debug this way because we will see the data here and then the actual rendering part here. Oh, okay. If you do scroll wheel up, down, right, it does that. But yeah, I think it is fine. So of course we can have a line here, but that's fine. Okay, let's add a line here because we are going to spend a lot of time here. Border left or right, border right, border right, zinc 600. Yeah, this is the line. Or we can have zinc 300, a lighter color. Yeah. So now there is a distinction, right? And we can have it thicker. So border right 2 pixels. 2 pixels, or is it 2 rem? 2 pixels, correct. Zinc 200. even lighter. But yeah, now it is fine. We'll anyways going to fix it. So now the major problem is like show the node editor. This is done. Green check, our favorite emoji, of course after the peace emoji. So this is still left, so we just this 1 point right now. So node details on click. So I don't know how to handle the click on node, so let's learn about that first. Add interactivity. Let's make it so if we select, drag and remove nodes, so we can select, drag and remove it. Getting started, we using controlled component. Whatever the best and most favorite in your application, you can use it in an uncontrolled way. Controlled component, let's see. Apply edge changes, apply node, React flow. Use state, initial nodes, initial edges. So directly beneath that, we will use these two functions. Right. Hello to the world. Okay. So edges can have label too. Cool. That's fine. So what I'm looking for is how do I handle the click event of a node. Handling connection. So on nodes change, use this callback. On edges change, use this callback. On connect, use this. That's fine. We have to learn more. To try to connect one node to you have build a fully interactive flow. We recommend you check out custom nodes. Implementing custom node. Okay. A powerful feature is the ability to add custom node. Within your custom, you can render everything you want. You can define multiple source and target and render form inputs or charts. For example, in this section, we'll implement a node with an input that is just another part of the application. Okay. A custom node in React is a React component that is wrapped to provide basic functionality like selecting or dragging from the wrapper. So before we proceed, like this series has been like a lot of learning for me, and maybe it was a bit slow, got complicated at some places, but I don't know. This is what I decided for this series. We'll occasionally again do basics like the SQL series and so on and so forth after we have shipped this, of course. So let's ship it. We'll also be happy once this gets to marketplace, people start using it. Okay. Let's start to implement the text updater node. We are using the handle component to be able to connect our custom node with the input field to the node. Okay. So handle position, handle style, I don't want text updater node. Okay. So they are implemented a custom React component. Okay. It gets in some data. So on change, use callback, this, that. Okay. Handle, and this is a div, text input, again handle, three handles. Okay, type source, type target, handle, type source. Okay, I didn't get it. As you see, we have added the class name noDrag to the input. Where? This prevents dragging within and lets us select text, for example. Adding the node type. You can add a new node type to React Flow by adding it to the node types prop. It's important that nodes are memoized or defined outside of the component. Okay. Otherwise, React creates a new object which leads to performance issues and bug. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. After defining a new node type, you can use it by using type node option. Okay, type. Cool. So this is the node. And I think this handle, right? This is this thing. Ha. It automatically is placed on top, bottom, and the other one is top, bottom, another one is bottom. Okay, there is a style. So left 10. Okay, absolute positioning. Cool. Got it. So some CSS, some JavaScript that we saw above, and then the actual set edges, set nodes. 20. Maybe it's console logging stuff. Yeah, 25. Yeah, if you see it here, because that's what they have done right here. On change, they are just console logging the value. Okay, using multiple handles. Okay, so we probably don't want them to connect the edges, because we want, right now it will be linear, so they add a new node and then a new node and then a new node. So we'll see. In this case the source node is node 1, so both handles, but the handle IDs are different. Source handle. Okay, so this A and B must be defined. So I'm learning, right? So so first we have to figure out how to get this thing working. So ID. Okay, handle takes an ID parameter. Note that if you are programmatically changing the position or number of handles in your custom, you will need to use update node internal to properly notify React flow of changes. From here you should be able to build your own custom nodes. In most cases we recommend you to use custom nodes only. The built-in nodes are just basic examples. Okay, you can find a list of past props and more information in custom node API section. Okay, let's start there, because they recommend building a custom node. Let's start there. So I will just go to so components, we'll say nodes, and what should we name this? Node.tsx. We could have called it Hazelnode because that's the name of the app as well. So here it says you just have to import use that from here. Okay, fine. And then you export. Okay, export default function node workflow node. Let's call it workflow node. That's fine. And then that will return some stuff. We don't know what stuff, but for now. And then let's add a handle. So in this case it will be, I want to mimic this thing, right? So it just has a handle or whatever in the bottom, this plus icon, and then you can have anything you want right inside a div. My custom node. Cool. Let's place this because it's in the bottom, so it should be placed in the bottom, like in the DOM. As you have seen, we have no drag to the input. Where is no drag? Where is the, okay, class name no drag. This prevents dragging within the input plane. Yes, okay, fine. Okay, then we have to do this. So, and by adding it to the node types prop. Okay. So wherever we are defining that in the details, we'll extract a common component, but for now we can create it right. So this component is getting out of hand pretty quick. Const use memo. No, const node types equal to use memo. Use memo is a React hook that caches stuff, so it doesn't re-render again and again. So if you pass in an empty list, it means it will just run it once. And if you have some dependency, you can put it here. So whenever that variable changes, so it is kind of like use effect dependency list. and then use memo. You can give it a function, right? And then we can give it an empty list, so it runs once. And then you can say type will be Hazelnode workflow node. Cool. So art/components. Cool. So workflow node. Okay, let's call it workflow node itself. So let's not okay, we have to give it a name. Workflow node. No, something is wrong. Okay, we have to wrap this in this, because if you want to return an object. Cool. So it is not used, so we have to pass it to this guy. Node types equal to node types, right? Is that it? Is it what they are telling us to do? Cool. And then we can give it the type. So while we are mapping, right, here we can say type will be, so TypeScript isn't helping here. Workflow node. Let's go back. Okay, my custom node, right? Cool. So we do get some data here. What's the type of this data? We don't know yet. That's fine. But whatever data we get, we'll render it here soon enough. Let's render it data. So let's see. Okay, error. That has to be objects are not React children. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's say this is JSON.stringify. Let's go back, and as you can see, this is the data it is getting, right? So whatever data we pass here is getting passed through to our node, and let's style it. So I want it to look something like this, or even simpler. Okay, let's style it as a card. So this will be a card, right? And then, so card is coming from shared CNUI. So let's basically /components. I know VS Code randomly chooses not to import it with this thing. If you see, very basic styling applied, but we can improve this. We can say this will be wrapped inside card compo card content. Wait. Card title, that will be data dot label, and let's make TypeScript happy. So we are expecting, so let's define a type of what data does this workflow node require to render, right? Interface node data label string. Happy now? So this will be node data. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, so now TypeScript works. So the title of the card is the label, right? Telegram API call. Still, like, the styling is not good. Okay, shad cn. Let's look at the card component. Card header, card title, card description, card footer. That's fine. Somehow I need some padding. Class name padding 2. Okay. Text center or something. Okay, let's not waste time here. Okay, text center works, and then this should go not directly this. Let's give it pre, and then let's json.stringify whatever data we are getting, right? So this is one node, this is another node. So card title, card content, margin bottom 2. Okay, much better than what we started with. So here now we can control the data, right? Because we know how the data looks like. So this should be node type, and we will call it node type here as well. So this should be node type, right? Or let's pass in the whole node. Okay, let's see what do we get. And this is easier to type now because it will actually be Hazelnode. So this will be data dot type. See, we are getting all the data, so we don't want so much of data here. So if I do null 2, okay, as you can see, we are getting all of the data of that node. So this basically is coming here. Okay, easier to debug this way, but like, easier to experiment and play around, but I hope this is not getting too complicated. We are yet to go to execution part, like where it actually executes this thing. Cool. So we will say yeah, we said like on the click of the component we want something, or like there is some button. Okay, now it makes sense why we should not listen to this click. So maybe we can have a pencil icon here, which on click opens up a dialog with the editing part of this node, right? So let's do that first. So here in the card title, right, this was actually h2. H2 is too much. Paragraph is fine. Let's comment this out for now, so there is no red thing here. Okay, paragraph. Probably we need a div here. or not. I am not sure, but we need button here. So edit. Okay, there is an edit button, but that's horrible. So flex, justify between, that fixes the stuff. And then I think instead of this having padding, the whole card, right, let's remove the padding from the card and add it to the title. So it will have padding 3. Let's try 3 for now. Yeah, and this will be items center. Now text center doesn't matter. Okay, now I am like kind of happy with it, so we can proceed. And on click we can we want to do something, right? So on click, what do we want to do? We want to show the settings for this, right? And if we go to Zapier, or even in the, what do you say, NA10, right, they have similar patterns, and I want to use the same because this part and this part is already used. And that pattern is when you click on a particular node, right, it opens up this node editor from the side that slides in the drawer. They call it the drawer. And hopefully Shatsian has a not hopefully, luckily Shatsian has a drawer, and this is the bottom drawer. We want it is called what here, slider sheet, I guess. Sheet, yeah, this is called a sheet. So we want a sheet. So let's install the sheet component. Cool. And how to use it? We just import this. Okay, let's copy this. Where do we copy this? Okay, now this is an issue because that should live inside details, right? Like that sheet is part of the details, but we somehow want to trigger it from here. Or is it part of the, can be part of the node? No, sheet. Okay. So the right way to solve it is this button, like on click, right? It will, it should raise an event or call a global method, something like that. That opens up that sheet, right? Otherwise it will be an issue. Let's try the sheet here for now. Later we will see what can be done. And let's add this below our delete button. Okay. And let's go back if sheet is working. So if you click on open, it opens this sheet, right? So we want that sheet to be open with the details of a particular node which the user can edit, right? So we want the width to be even more than that. Let's take a quick break. Cool, I'm back and I can see the delete button. Okay, I can click it. Weird green jacket effect, but that's fine. So yeah, we were playing around with this thing. So how do we get this working? So let's read more about the sheet, what control it offers. Side, right side. Size, okay, you can give it a size. You can adjust the site of the use using CSS classes. That's pretty neat. So sheet trigger can be a button, I guess. Can it be? Is it as child? Open side. Yeah, works. You can have, that's fine. Sheet. We can read more about how to control this, but right now I'm still thinking how to propagate this event to trigger this sheet. How do I do that? Okay, I will have to think and experiment with this, but let's commit whatever we have right now so we don't lose stuff. Wait, nodes in editor, first cut. So what all this? Custom node, sheet, what else? Let's commit. Okay, we'll push that. That was the whole work of this one commit, was like the whole work of this episode, but that's fine. So now we have a node component, and let's change this to art/components just for consistency. Let's commit that as well. Fix import path. Okay, so now the part I want to figure out, like, probably I will read the docs for this even further. When you implement a custom node, it is wrapped in a component that enables by like selection and dragging. You can custom node receives the following: selected type, drag handle data, z index dragging. So okay, this all is given by okay, so we probably should do this node. This should be node what was it, props, node props of Hazelnode. Okay, did I stay right? I did it correctly. Yeah, what was the issue then? Yeah, it is fixed. I don't know why. So now I think we can get some, yeah, this stuff. So what's the x position of this node, what's the y position, z index, drag handle, is it connectable, right? All of this stuff. So let's commit that as well. Fix type of props to custom node. This is purely TypeScript feature. But yeah, as we learn, we are implementing, right? This is all come down to learn, apply, cycle. I wrote about it like a few weeks ago. But yeah, give it a read. So counter data. Okay, this is how we used it. That is cool. That's fine. Increment some stuff. Cool. Remember to register your custom node. Yeah, we know that now. If you have controls like a slider or inside your commit that should not drag the node, you can add the class no drag to those elements. This prevents default drag. That's fine. We don't have any thing. If you have scroll containers, then no wheel. Okay. When creating your custom nodes, you will need to remember to style them. Custom nodes have no default styles unlike the built-in nodes, so you can use any styling method. So we are using Tailwind. That's fine. Panel position. So the this type is mostly used to help position things on top of the flow viewport. For example, both the minimap take the position prop. So I think they're talking about this thing, minimap and controls. So controls can come here as well. So according to the docs, they say you just have to come here, position. What does it take? Panel position. Okay, we have to import this. Import type panel position from React Flow, and then we can say panel panel. Come on, no, not a type. It is a type. Oh, okay, we didn't need to import it. Okay, time to close the stream because my mind has again slowed down. So we want it at top right. Let's go back. Okay, not the minimap. I applied it to minimap. I should have applied it to the controls. Cool, now it is much better, right? Like I like this better. We learned it, we applied it. So we can say fix show controls on top right. Cool. Let's read more. Position, that's fine. So there is an enum called position. What are we reading? We are reading the types reference. Why? Let's go back and read the API reference. Let's go back to learn. Custom node props. Okay, something is wrong with their navigation. Custom edges, like custom node, parts of a custom engine are just React component. This means you can render anything you want along an edge. Let's implement a custom edge with some additional controls. Get Bezier path, get smooth, whatever. So if I do delete, can I delete this? No, I can't. Okay, if we want to, we can build a custom edge, but that's fine. I don't want. Adding an edge label. One of the most common use cases for custom is rendering some info along an edge path. Okay, kind of this. Okay, this will be required for us to get this working. So on the edge we want this plus button, right? So cool. So let's bookmark this. Note. So we are still not able to do this. Everything is left. So we just played around with this. So that will be reference for 32 probably, or I will do it behind the scenes. We'll see. BTS or episode 33. Custom edge, base edge label renderer. Okay, it is not that hard. Just give it a button, or in our case it will be the plus icon and it will render it. Okay, that's fine. If we delete it, it will delete the edge. Delete the edge. Okay, custom edge props. Okay, what all props it gets, that's fine. Theming. It's nodes and edges. Like everything is nodes and edges. We just have to play around with it. Okay, layout. Handling layout. While you can build basic layouting into React Flow, we believe that you know your app requirements, and with so many options out there, it is better you choose the right tool for the job. Not to mention it will a whole bunch of work for us. Okay, that doesn't help very much if you don't know what the options are. So the guide is here to help. We'll split things up into resources for laying out nodes and resources for routing edges. To start, let's put together a simple example that we can use a base for testing different layout options. Okay, probably we'll need this. So I'll do some research offline on how to lay out the nodes in this way and how to prevent the dragging of the actual nodes, right? Because we want to keep it simple for the user. Very simple. We won't even have drag and drop nodes, right? Like N has. You just click the plus button, you get, like, it opens up a dialog and you see it, right? Cool. Time to close the stream. Before that, let me just push the latest changes. Cool. Okay, whoever is still with me, bye bye. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow when Saqib's stream on V2 of Frappe Insights. Bye bye.